Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 1st to the 15th, 2025 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, a healing, or a gift card, check out my website, danehartguidedmessages.com. It's listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So let's take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Scorpio, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. All right, give me a moment. All right, Scorpio. At the heart of it all, for the first half of July, is the Three of Pentacles. So this is going to be a very collaborative time for you. You might be laughing at that and be like, I don't really like working with people. Thank you very much, Dane. But you are going to see that you work well with people. There's going to be like this, sharing of knowledge, sharing of skills, even if it's getting together in groups like shared hobbies type of thing, that's going to be a really beautiful thing for you, a really happy thing. And this is going to be a time where you really like to be around people. It's going to be a little bit more, it's going to be more of a social time, but also you're going to like to work with people, getting different ideas, different, viewpoints on things, but also make sure that you claim your work, right? Don't let other people claim what it is that you have been working so hard on. So just be aware of that. Oh, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Now, this is the challenge here. So there is this challenge around accepting worth, accepting money, accepting prosperity of self. So just be aware of this. This can be something that like somebody spoke over you when you were little, or when you were in a relationship and they're like, oh, you're terrible with money, or you're never going to make anything of yourself, or you're not as talented as your sibling, whatever it was. Here, you or cousin or whatever, here with the Ace of Pentacles, God, source, spirit, however you see the divine, the universe is handing you a gift of prosperity, success, bounty, abundance. The seeds are being planted, and it can be a bit tricky right now to accept that prosperity, to accept those gifts. For one reason or another, we'll be like, oh no, I can't possibly take it and say thank you so much. Like, be like, oh, thank you. It's not being like not humble or like like a grabby grab. It's saying no, I'm worth this, and absolutely holding your head up high, Scorpio. That's going to be fantastic. It moves us then to what we need to focus on during this time. Interesting. So this is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is when we're overthinking, we're overanalyzing, right? We can be worried about money, money, what we value as much as money. That's usually a big one that comes in. And here with the Nine of Swords, it can be just worry. You can be like me, like I'm trying not to be anymore, but I could worry about anything. If there was nothing to worry about, I would be worried about there being nothing to worry about. It's like, oh, the next shoe's going to drop. And inevitably, because I was constantly putting that out into the universe, it did, right? So here, it is looking at the worry, the doubt, the fear that's robbing your sleep at night. Sleeping well is going to be really, really, really important for you during this time. Sometimes we can't, and that's okay. But letting yourself have rest, letting yourself have calm, letting yourself be focused on the way that you want to build you forward, and not always kind of like doom prepping, like, oh my gosh, this could go wrong, that could go wrong type of thing. That's going to be a really important energy for this time. So just know that where we need to focus on is not the worry, it's not the doubt, it's not the fear, it's not the chaos. Like, yes, I know you look at the news, you look at life, and it's like there's a myriad of things that you can just be gobbled up in worry with. We want to raise our energy vibration. We want to be in the world, not of the world. And so here, we want to raise our energy vibration, and we want to move forward in peace, harmony, and love. Because those simple acts of rebellion to the chaos of existence, changes the world. It changes lives. So here, that's what we're doing. And that's going to be really, really, really important to hear. It moves us then to the energy that we're now leaving behind. Interesting. I would have liked these two reverse. Like, to be absolutely honest with you, I would love to see you focusing on the High Priestess and the Nine of Swords just walking away. But this is a reason why the worry has come in. Why? Because you were in a time of heightened enlightenment, meaning you were in the time of feeling, seeing, hearing the world more. It had more depth to it. It's like you felt existence, you saw color, you felt the world instead of just being in it. So this is going to be a time where you can feel a lot calmer, Scorpio. You are also a sign that you walk the veils of worlds, and that's no small feat. So what that means is that you have one foot in the spirit world, one foot in the waking world, and you understand the spiritual, you understand you understand the soul side of things, which can also make you have like a little bit of a darker sense of humor, in a sense, because I want to say, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, there's a bit more realism to you, a bit more depth to you than maybe people see all the time, or people could be like, oh, that's dark, and you don't mean it dark. It's like, no, this is a part of existence. This is a part of life, and there's beauty in everything. I know a girl who she does taxidermy, and she loves it. She loves it because she's like, it is honoring life, and it is such a unique way of seeing things that I was like, when I first met her, I was like, whoa, that's intense. Like, and yet now seeing things through her eyes, it's like, oh, that is beautiful. And it can be beauty in a different way. But as long as you're doing no harm, right? As long as you're not harming anybody, as long as you're moving forward in love, compassion, power of heart and soul, that's everything. So we're leaving behind this time where the veil has been lifted. We're seeing the world differently. We're seeing ourselves differently. And it moves us then to our strengths. And that is the Knight of Wands. This is going to be a time where you're really driven by moving forward. You love action. You love movement during this time. You're going to feel much better moving than you are standing still. So like, you like to go for a walk instead of sitting, or even if you can't go for a walk, you like the movement of things. Watching the birds fly would be highly like soul lifting for you during this time. The Knight of Wands is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So if you're born on the cusp with Sagittarius, if you have fire sign energy in your chart, this comes through very beneficially. And you're going to see yourself moving forward in tenacity. You're very passionate. You're very creative. You have a lot of ideas that you want to bring forward during this time. It can kind of get a little bit too much. So just temper yourself, because you can have all these ideas, all these things to do, and then just feel overwhelmed and be like, okay, well, you know what, that's it. I thought, and therefore I'm done, type of thing. So here, you're very inspired. You have seen things differently, and that's going to move you forward. Just make sure that you move slowly, because the Knight of Wands sometimes has a really big problem with that. Like, they don't like to move slow. It's like, it's either 100 million miles per hour or nothing. So just be aware. It moves us then to the energy that we're moving into. And I love this for you. This is the Hierophant. This is Taurus energy here, time frame of April 20th to May 20th. So if you have Taurus in your chart, Taurus in your life, this comes through very beneficially. I believe Taurus is our sister sign. I don't, for one reason or another, I'm not like 150, I'm not 100% on this. So leave it in the comment box if you know or not. Like, if you're like, Dane, you're right. But this can bring out the best or the worst in us. So we might be like, oh, Taurus energy, I don't always get along with Taurus, that well. Or, oh, that's a little bit harsh. But here, it's beautiful. It's beautiful energy that you're stepping into. Yes, it might be a little bit more real than we would want it to be, because Taurus energy is very grounded, very in the here and the now. It's also ruled by Venus, ruled by love. Interestingly enough, Scorpio, we are ruled by, if you go, which I do, by the older planetary alignment, we are, or not alignment, but categorizing, we are ruled by Mars. So Scorpio is also ruled by Pluto, but now Pluto is not a planet, but also it was ruled by Mars before. So it's a whole thing, and it can be a debate, most definitely. And if you debate it, totally leave it in the comment box. But what we are going to see here is that you love action. Like, you're going to be really drawn to the Knight of Wands energy, that fire, that passion. I always see Scorpios more though of like, kind of like ninja energy or spy energy, very stealthy energy, not the Aries energy of being out there in the middle of everything, right? Kind of like being in the front lines type of deal. So what we're going to see here with the Hierophant coming forward is it's grounding us, it's centering us. It is going to also be us aligning with what we really want to create and cultivate. Remember that in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Hierophant is represented by the Pope, the king of the kings, and even the emperor. They could tell them what to do in medieval times. And what we're going to see here is that there's power, tenacity, authority, but we're also like having an awakening towards our life purpose, our life path. That's where we're moving out of that energy of the veil being lifted, seeing ourselves so openly, so honestly, so powerfully. And that's going to be a really, really good thing and big thing. Again, if we have Taurus energy in our chart, in our life, that comes through very powerfully, but they can also be the catalyst that it's like, oh yeah, I'll show you type of deal. It moves us then to the advice. This is the Lovers. This is Gemini energy, which comes right after Taurus. May 21st to June 20th is the time frame. Gemini is ruled by Venus. No, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So this is connection, communication is going to be very important. And this is love. This is passion. Now, the advice is to move towards what you love, right? And also to embrace the duality of you. The thing that can get mucky with the Gemini energy is that we can move towards lust. It's like, oh, this is what I lust after. I want this because everybody else has it and I want to claim it and I want it. And then when we have it, it's like, yeah, okay, what's next? Like, what's next? What else can I acquire? What else can I conquer and achieve? So here, just be mindful of that energy. Always move forward in love, saying to your heart, your soul, yourself, do I love it? Do I want it? Do I want to spend my time on this? Like, is it enriching me? Because you're going to see yourself looking at things, like even like scrolling on social media and be like, well, that was a waste of time. Like, I wasted those many minutes, or, I did this, I did that. And you're really going to be categorizing things like waste of time, not a waste of time. And it's going to be whether it fills your heart, it fills your soul, it makes you feel more complete, or it makes you feel more enriched, or it doesn't. So that's going to be really interesting during this time because you can feel it. You can feel it when it fills your cup. It moves us then to the environment. And I love this for you. Oh, the 9 of Cups. So we can focus on everything that goes wrong, right? We have the 9 here. It's very human, right? This is a very human time with the repeat of the 9. 9, very human number, very human time for us. What we're going to see here is that the 9 of Cups, the environment, is one of celebration. This is a wish being granted. This is passion, authority, determination, focus. It's like, these are my dreams and they're coming true. And we're starting to see that as we embrace our heart, we embrace what we love, we calm things down, meaning we don't need to have a mansion on top of a hill, driving the fanciest car. Having a small life, a little cottage, a bungalow, a garden, in the middle of the country, like that can be, that's a dream. That's a dream too. And so we can look at the world and we can look at what everybody is striving for and say, no, but this feeds my heart and soul. But then also we can get caught up, and that's why Spirit says, like, social media, be mindful, because we can get caught up in the way that, everybody depicts like cottagecore perfectly, or this perfectly, or that perfectly, and doing it to the aesthetic umpteenth degree. And it's like, no, I just want to be happy in me. And it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be aesthetically perfect all the time, or any type of perfect all the time. At least I know for myself, it's definitely not, but it's my life. And it's embracing it with love and kindness and respect of being. And so here you're going to see wishes being granted as you start to see yourself as glorious, as you start to say, this is what I'm working for. This is what I want. This is how I'm moving forward. And then we have the hopes and the fears with the Knight of Pentacles. Again, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, strong Taurus energy here. Knight energy is going to be something that we're very drawn towards. In the here and now, we're very proactive, meaning we want to achieve in our work or in our creativity. Work can be work. It doesn't have to be a passion of ours. It pays the bills. It keeps the lights on. That's great. And then we can have our passion that we absolutely dive into, when we have the moments to, or on the weekends. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, meaning that we're slowly and steadily building prosperity, wealth, abundance, success. And we're going to see ourselves planting seeds. We're going to see ourselves moving forward. Now, the fear is that we're moving so slowly, we're never going to get there. Stop being so harsh on you. Don't go by everybody else's time frame. Don't go by the way everybody else does things, the way everybody else looks, the way everybody else, has it, put together and shown on their feeds. It's not real. It's curated. And so here it is looking at the real life energy of things, of people, and it's moving forward with your prosperity, with your success, and knowing that you don't have to follow the timeline that the world says. You don't have to do things the way everybody else does. There's still success to you, and you're planting those seeds powerfully and beautifully with your dream in mind as you open up the doors. And it moves us then to the outcome. And with it being the Tower, I know you're like, oh, Dane, please. The Tower is not a bad thing. Okay, it can be, right? It can be a time of intense change that is powerful and overwhelming, but it is a time of intense change. It is looking at our world, and if we're seeing ourselves and we're moving forward in love, and we're saying, you know what? I'm transforming my whole existence to ascend in my life purpose and the reason why I'm here, then you are going to see your world shift. You're going to see you shift. And you're doing so with power, authority, tenacity, determination. A Tower time has been in your life, or you're going through one now. I see this more as you're coming out of one, right? But the outcome is that you see the way your world has changed. You see the way that you have changed, and you give yourself the credit that you deserve, Scorpio. Instead of thinking, I should have, could have, would have done better. Okay, everything can be better. But here, it is embracing you. And we go through Tower times, even when people are congratulating us. I mean, if you've been here for a little bit, you know that, Spirit says, if we get married, right? Or if we have children, it changes things. But everybody congratulates you. If you get a new job, right? And you're moving, someplace else, you're getting your dream job and you're doing your dream thing, and everybody's congratulating you, and you're like, oh, but now I have to do this. Like, now I have to make this work. That can also be a Tower time. This is living your dream and then realizing, holy crumb cakes, like, I have to make this work for me, not for anybody else. And so you're changing the whole way you're seeing your world, the whole way you're seeing yourself, and do so with love, because that will make it so much better. It will make it so beautiful for you, Scorpio. It moves us then to the energy from Spirit, angels, and spirit guides. Show me clearly. This is the grain. It says, you will soon enter into a beneficial partnership. Luck and longevity blesses this union. This doesn't need to be a romantic partnership, though it very well can be. But it is a partnership that blesses you, that opens up doors, that moves you forward. And it's like, yeah, I can do this. It brings us then to our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. angels, and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is the inner child, the heart chakra. Letting your heart shine, letting your inner child come through, letting yourself have fun, joy, play, connection, that is going to be really important. And it's also going to be a time where you're seeing yourself go back to things that you love doing, that you were like, oh, that's so silly, or oh, I don't have time for this. And now you're like, oh, I do. And it's not silly, it's beautiful. It moves us then to the energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Oh, goodness. The Queen of Pentacles just jumped right out. And that is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is somebody who comes across as very successful. This is somebody who's used to being listened to. You don't like them. That's okay. You don't have to like them. So just be aware of that, Scorpio. Not every energy you come across during this time you're going to like or you're going to want to be around. And that is okay. Trusting your intuition and trusting that judgment is super important. Your subconscious spirit message is the Finch. New opportunities and choices are opening to you now. Claim them. Claim this new power, this new way of being. Claim you. And you are going to see yourself set free. And it's just from the chains of existence. It's just from the chains of others' expectations, or this is the way it's supposed to be. And now you're setting yourself free to fly like a bird, to claim the glory of your life and really see your dreams. Because we have this one life, right? We can have reincarnation and all that, but we don't get to remember it as vividly as we get to live our life right here, right now. And so claiming the opportunities and the choices opening up to us, the way that we get to plant new seeds forward is extraordinary. And it moves us then to the subconscious chakra message, and that is listening. This is the throat chakra, and this is listening to ourselves. This is listening to the world around us, and this is opening up the door to what we really want, what we really need, and what we've been looking for a while. It's also a superpower. If you are a good listener, you have a tremendously beautiful superpower coming your way, because you can listen to the world, you can listen to the people around you, and you'll know because they'll tell you. And people will be like, how did you know that? And you're like, you said it, type of thing. It moves us then to the energy, the subconscious energy to be mindful of. And this is the Queen of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Now, we have two queen energies, so it can be that there can be some difficult energy around the sacred feminine energy, around powerful female energy during this time, so just be mindful about that. The Queen of Swords is somebody who is very biting with their words, who says things to be mean, but it's like, oh, it's just a joke, or oh, I'm trying to help you type of thing. And no, they're just being mean. So just be aware of that. It's not somebody who's really seriously trying to help you and we don't want to hear it. This is a person who reads people really well and could be a really kind, compassionate person, but they decided no. They decided not to go that route. And so they're just they're really good with words. They're really smart. They're really clever. They're usually very, very, very successful, but they have a meanness to them that cuts to the core. Not a meanness, but like a bite to them, but it's mean. It moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, and that is the Four of Pentacles. During this time, subconsciously, you're going to be really addressing vampiric energy that has been around with you for a while, meaning energy that has held you back, made you doubt yourself, looked at things differently, and now you're going to see that you're severing these cords, and you're going to see that you're setting yourself free in the way that your heart needs to be, and the way that your soul has been longing for, but you're also like, I'm done with the past, I'm stepping into my present, and I'm stepping into what it is I really want in the here and in the now. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in. exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. Have a blessed first half of July and a blessed life. Bye.